the Huron Tiger Junior Varsity is at the Highmore Invitational. And now, the Huron Tiger Pep Band under the direction of Leonard Bellick with our national anthem.
Tailgate's cozy, warm, and relaxed atmosphere is the perfect setting for an evening dinner. Barbecued loin back ribs, walleye pike, and Alaskan snow crab is just a sample of the delicious entrees offered for excellent dining at the Tailgate, downtown Huron.
There's a time in an adult's life when they need help with tomorrow. Jim Long and Associates can give that help. They offer state automobile and casualty underwriters insurance of Des Moines, Iowa. Originators of the Think Highway signs. Jim Long and Associates. You can't go wrong with Long.
Your father, your husband, brother, boyfriend, or son, apparel for all the men in your life is found at Osborne's Fine Menswear. From traditional to the latest in today's fashions, Osborne's has the selection to fit your gentleman's lifestyle. Osborne's downtown and in the Huron Mall.
Make your favorite financial team F&M Bank. Our professional financial players will work with you to meet your needs. Whether you're opening a checking account or establishing an IRA, our number one concern is you. F&M Bank. We're your bank. Member FDIC.
The Kernels in their black with gold trim, and the Tigers, of course, orange trimmed in black. Final word with the coaches, and stepping into the center jump circle for the Kernels, Scott Morgan, the biggest man on the court for either club. That's 6'5", and he's the biggest man on either club bench or starting lineup. Brent Holt at 6'4", shakes hands, and comes forward with the basketball. It's up, and it's controlled by Darren Jacobson of the Kernels in the forecourt. Comes up on top to Tom Shields. Dumping it in the middle to Scott Morgan. His shot off the rim, no good. Rebound slapped around. John Meyer comes down with it for the Tigers. Darren Whiff into forecourt. Hone on the left wing. Guns it around to Whiff in the corner. Right up on top to Meyer, back to Hone. 17-footer, in and out, no good. Rebound loose, picked up by Alan Gunary for the Kernels. Out quickly to Tom Shields, trying to run, slows it down. Backs off, way back out. Comes down on the right wing and looks it over. Deep corner, Gunary. Back to Shields on the right wing. Shields in the middle to Darren Jacobson, way back off on the wing. And wide open is Alan Gunary. From 17, down it goes. And the Kernels have the lead at 2-0. A little token backcourt pressure. Darren Whiff works it up all right to Neiman on the right wing. Deep in the corner to Hone. Hone posting up to Jay Merkel. Gives it right back to Hone. His shot from 12 is good, and an offensive foul is called on Hone. He's going to get the basket and the foul, it looks like. Brett Hone flattened two Kernels. He had both Morgan and Gunary flat, and No, they're not going to give him the basket either. They're not going to give him the basket either. That ball was in the air before he went crashing into the crowd down there. So Brent Hone just gets the offensive foul. Here come the Kernels. Shields on the dribble. Almost lost it. Dribbles it off his foot. Meyer picks it up. They got a 3-on-1, but he backs off. Gives it back to Darren Whiff. Whiff. Across the top of the circle to Meyer. On the wing, Merkel's shot from 16 is hanging on the rim, no good. Slapped up by Hone, no good. Rebound pulled out by Morgan. Leading the fast break, here he comes. Off on the wing to Darren Jacobson. In and out, no good. Tap Morgan, no good. Rebound Jacobson, shot from 12, no good. Rebound Meyer, he gets the outlet pass to Darren Whiff. Darren will slow it down. So the Kernels had 3 close shots, wouldn't get out. Neiman in the corner. Going to shoot the 20-footer. Off the rim, no good. Rebound pulled down by Shields. Outlet pass to the streaking Darren Jacobson, who drives. He scores. He's fouled by Brent Hone. So Brent Hone picks up 2 quick fouls, and the Tigers are going to take a timeout here. The score 4-0 Kernels. 5:40 to play, first quarter. Back in a minute.
Collision repair is
Community. Third and Wisconsin in Huron. Member FDIC. Darren Jacobson trying for the three-point play, and it's perfect. And it's 5-0. The Kernels getting a little more vigorous about their backcourt pressure. Here comes Darren Whiff against it into forecourt. Gets up to the free throw line, shoots in and out, but he's fouled by Tom Shields. First Mitchell whistle of the contest, and it'll send Darren Whiff to the line to shoot a pair. Try to get the Tigers on the board here. They have not scored in 2.5 minutes, but they're only down by 5. Shot is rolling around and falling for Darren Whiff. Next one is no good. The rebound flies off in the corner, controlled by Alan McIntyre. McIntyre quickly up court to Darren Jacobson, trying to run, cut off, hands the ball to Tom Shields way up on top of the circle. Looking around, now goes left wing to Jacobson, back to Shields, three-point shot, good! Shields hits the first bomb of the night, and it puts the Kernels up 8-1 at the 5-minute mark. Here comes Whiff up court, and to Neiman, top of the circle. Off to John Meyer. He gets in the lane. The 10-footer goes. John Meyer gets the Tigers' first bucket. It's 8-3 Kernels, 4:45 to play. Jacobson now sets up on the point guard position for the Kernels. Down in the corner to Gennari. Back up to Shields. Gennari in the corner. On the right wing, Jacobson. Morgan back into the corner for Gennari's 16-footer, and it's good. So Alan Gennari has 4, and the Kernels are up 10-3. Here in the first quarter at the Huron Arena. Darren Whiff. Neiman on the right wing. Off to Merkel, across the top of the circle, down to Whiff. He posts up John Meyer. The turn shot, no good. Rebound, Scott Morgan. Boy, Scott Morgan pushed off badly and got away with it. Up court to Darren Jacobson. He forces the shot, traveled. Got in heavy going and just threw the ball. It went in, by the way. So the turnover gives the Tigers the ball, down by 7 at the 4-minute mark. Halfway through the first quarter. Down into the deep corner, the ball is slapped out of bounds by Darren Jacobson. So Mike Neiman will play it in from side court to Meyer, right back to Neiman in the corner. Way outside, and it's saved by Meyer off to Darren Whiff. Neiman, Whiff, and up to Meyer at the free throw line. Shot good. John Meyer right out in front has his 4th point. It's 10-5 Kernels at the 3:30 mark. Shields slowing it down for the Kernels. Right wing, Gennari. Up on top to Jacobson. Back on the left wing to Shields. Up in the middle to Morgan. He traveled, blew the shot, gets his own rebound. I think everybody stopped because they thought the whistle certainly would stop play as Morgan traveled badly, got away with it, got the bucket, and it's 12-5 as Morgan gets his first basket. Owen setting up off to Darren Whiff, who rolls it in from 10. Darren Whiff has 3. And it's a 5-point ball game, 12-7 Kernels. At the 2:50 mark, first quarter, Gennari up on top to Jacobson. Round on the left wing to Shields. Right wing Jacobson just inside the three-point line, no good. Rebound pulled down by Darren Whiff for the Tigers. He lets the traffic clear into forecourt. Meyer, top of the circle. Meyer, 17-footer, air ball, but off the fingers of Gennari and out of bounds. Neiman plays it in from side court. Up on top to Meyer, and a pushing foul underneath on Brent Hone, and Brent gets his third personal foul away from the ball, pushing off. So the Tigers are in trouble in this first quarter. It still has more than 2 minutes to play as Brent Hone will go to the bench. Brent is still pleading his case to Dale Weber, but it will do no good. And so Myron Calise comes into the lineup for the Tigers to replace Brent Hone. Deep corner for the Kernels to Morgan. Lobs it back up on top to Shields. Dumping it underneath Jacobson. Oh, the shot blocked beautifully by Calise. But on the rebound on the loose ball, Mike Neiman picks up the foul. That's Neiman's first, Tigers' fourth personal foul here. And Jacobson will play it in underneath his own basket. He looks and he finds Morgan in the lane. Morgan forces the shot. It's short, and the rebound cleaned out by Mike Neiman for the Tigers. He'll bring it up into forecourt, top of the circle, then slides off on the right wing. Gives it to Darren Whiff in the corner. Whiff from 17. It's off the rim, no good. Morgan rebounds. Here he comes, trying to lead that fast break. Gets it out to Shields. Back to Morgan, who blew the layup and hits the tap in. Scott Morgan has his fourth point. 14-7 Kernels. Darren Whiff. On the right wing, deep corner to Neiman. Up on top, John Meyer. They post up to Merkel. Back to Meyer. His 17-footer is short. And the rebound cleaned out by McIntyre. Outlet pass to Morgan. Quickly up to Shields. Shields goes left wing and then stops. Still just dribbling, looking around. Deep corner to Morgan. Way up on top to Jacobson. He takes it down on the right wing. Back to Shields. His three-point shot is off the heel of the rim. No good. Rebound, Mike Neiman for the Tigers. 40 seconds to play. The Kernels are up by 7 here in the first quarter. Meyer, deep corner. Up on top to Neiman. Neiman back to Darren Whiff on the right wing. And off to Merkel on the left wing. Back up to Neiman. 20 seconds to play. Neiman looks around. Moves, gets in the lane. The little hook shot is no good. Rebound, Merkel. And the shot is blocked beautifully by Morgan. Off to Darren Jacobson. He tries to take it underneath to Tom Shields, and Shields can't handle it. It's out of bounds. Jay Merkel comes out. John Flack replaces him for the Tigers. Brent Hone on the bench with foul trouble. 4 seconds. Byron Calise gets the 15-footer going. At the buzzer, it's short, no good. So the Mitchel Kernels have taken a 14-6. So the Tigers trail by 7. They have the basketball, and then it comes to Mike Neiman. Flack on the left wing. Deep corner, John Meyer. Darren Whiff back to Meyer in the deep corner. Darren Whiff shooting from 17. It's off the heel of the rim, no good. Morgan runs it down in the corner. Off to Tom Shields. He'll walk it up court. 14-7 the Kernels. Tigers shooting very, very poor in that first half. The lob on the baseline to Morgan. He tries to feed it down through the lane to McEntee, and it's intercepted by John Meyer for the Tigers. Off to Darren Whiff into forecourt. Gives it to Meyer, deep corner. Way up on top to Mike Neiman. Neiman lobs it back to Darren Whiff. Comes baseline. Hands it to the spinning Myron Calise. In and out. No good. Rebound Morgan and a foul. No, traveling is called. It's the Kernels' 5th turnover of this first half. So the Tigers will play it in from underneath their own basket. Neiman looks for Myron Calise in the deep corner. Quickly up on top to Meyer. Back to Neiman. Neiman takes it to the right wing. Stops. Up on top to Meyer. Feeding in the middle to Myron Calise. He gets the shot going. It's short. Tipped by Flack. No good. And a foul on Morgan. Scott Morgan has his first, Kernels' second personal foul of the half. Tigers have 4, and Brent Hone on the bench with 3 personal fouls. So John Flack goes to the line to shoot a pair. First one is good. Second one is right in there for John. 14-9. The Kernels lead by 5. 6:40 to play first half. Shields on the dribble. The lob underneath to Morgan. He's too deep. He goes down the baseline and right through the hands of McEntee and out of bounds. McEntee thought Morgan was going up for the shot, was going towards the basket, and the ball glanced off his chest and out of bounds. 5-point Kernel lead. Here come the Tigers with Meyer dumping it down in the corner to Mike Neiman. His shot from 16 rolls away. No good. Rebound loose. Stolen by Meyer. Feeds to Myron Calise. And he dunks it in for his first basket. And the Tigers have chopped the margin back to 3. 14-11. Coming down to the 6-minute mark. First half of play. Jacobson on the left wing. Deep corner McEntee. Up on top to Shields. Back in the deep corner to Jacobson. Off to Gennari. He tries to dump it underneath. It's denied by Calise, but right back into the hands of Shields. Now they post up the hooking. Alan McEntee. A little sweep hook on the baseline, and down it goes. His first basket. 16-11. 5-point Kernel lead. Darren Whiff. Meyer on the left wing. Back up to Whiff, around to Neiman on the right wing. Left wing Meyer. Shot from 17 is good. John Meyer has 6. And it's back to a three-pointer, 16-13. Brett Seaton is getting ready to come in on the front line for the Kernels. Here's Shields. Up on top to Gennari. Down in the corner to Shields. Left wing Gennari. Around Jacobson on the right wing. Dumps it underneath to Morgan. Back out on the perimeter and down on the baseline to Darren Jacobson. His 12-footer is good. Darren has his 4th point. It's 18-13. Back to a 5-point Kernel lead. In the middle come the Tigers. They post up Myron Calise. His shot is partially blocked by McEntee. Taken out of there by Morgan. Trying to run. Loses his dribble and off to Tom Shields. Shields. Way out on the top of the perimeter. Ball down in the corner. It's stolen cleanly by Darren Whiff. Long lob up to Meyer. He gets in the lane. He lost it, but a foul is called on who? Here comes Seaton in the ball game. They'll get Gennari out of there. Shields gets the foul, his second for the Kernels, and 3rd team foul. And now Mike Jorgensen comes in for Tom Shields for the Kernels. Inbounds, they play to Meyer, deep corner Neiman, 16-footer is good. Mike Neiman has his first basket, and it's back to a Three-pointer, 18-15 here at the arena. The Kernels by 3 as we come to the halfway point of the second quarter. Deep down in the corner is Jorgensen. Go to Morgan, shot from 12, no good. Rebound Flack for the Tigers. Off to Darren Whiff. Gives it to Meyer. Top of the circle. Darren Whiff down in the corner. They go to Neiman, and it's knocked out of bounds by Scott Morgan. So Neiman plays it in from side court. Gives it to Darren Whiff. Out to John Meyer on top of the circle. Back to Neiman on the right wing. He takes a deep corner. Finds Darren Whiff. Oh, he's got the shot going, and he is really hammered by Darren Jacobson, his first. And the Kernels' fourth team foul, so it'll put Darren Whiff on the line. Here comes Tom Shields back in the ballgame for the Tigers. And Darren Jacobson comes out of there. So Darren Whiff, 1 for 2 from the stripe, will shoot a pair here and a chance to get the Tigers back within 1. First shot is good. Second free throw is right in there. Darren hits them both, and it's a one-pointer. 18-17 as the Tigers shut out for the first 2.5 minutes. Trailing by 7 several times. Have come back to make it a one-pointer here at the 3.5-minute mark, second quarter. Brent Seaton up on the top of the circle to Shields. They go underneath to Alan McEntee, and he scores. Good feed from Shields. That's McEntee's fourth point. 2017, the Kernels by 3. Darren Whiff lobs a deep corner to Meyer. He's open from 17. The shot, but a foul underneath on John Flack. Another offensive foul. That's Flack's first. Tigers' fifth, and it's 1-and-1 time for the Kernels. Going to the line is Brent Seaton. He is scoreless so far. Jay Merkel comes back in the ball game for Byron Calise. Seaton's first free throw is high off the heel of the rim twice. Tapped by McEntee, no good, and the rebound to John Flack of the Tigers. Here comes Darren Whiff on the dribble. Off to Meyer on the wing. Back up to Darren Whiff. Meyer, his shot from 16 is hanging. Oh, won't go down. Rebound, McEntee. Outlet pass, Shields for the Kernels. Shields slams on the brakes and fires. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound, Morgan. He's got a shot going. Rolls around, no good. Tapped by Jacobson, no good. Rebound, Mike Neiman for the Tigers. Neiman brings it up himself. The Tigers down by 3. Feed Darren Whiff off the glass from 12. No good. Rebound slapped around. Finally, Shields grabs it. And then reaching in to earn the jump ball is Darren Whiff. It will be Mitchel Kernel possession on the jump ball, and Shields gets up a little gingerly, scrambling for the basketball. He appears to be all right. He'll stay in there. So Mike Jorgensen and Shields are running at the guards now. Shields, the point guard, and takes it down into the deep corner to Seaton. Seaton back to Shields in the corner. Seaton on the right wing. Up on top they go to Jorgensen. He takes it all the way around. Air ball from about 16. And John Flack flags it down for the Tigers. 2017, Kernels by 3, a minute 50 to play here. Long lob to Neiman in the deep corner. Flack underneath, and he's fouled by Alan McEntee. That's Allen's first. Mitchell's fifth, so it's 1-and-1 time for John Flack. Darren Jacobson comes in to replace Mike Jorgensen for the Kernels, and John Flack at the line is 2 of 2, and he'll be shooting the 1-and-1. Shot is right in there. So John Flack could make it a one-point ball game Again, with this free throw and a minute 45 on the clock, the shot is good. Clock is 4 of 4, and the Tigers have 7 points at the free throw line. The Kernels have only 1. And here come the Kernels leading by just 1. Shields on the wing to Jacobson. Back up to Shields. Down deep in the corner, Jacobson. Shields on the right wing. Underneath to Morgan. He can't handle it, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by the Kernels. So with a minute 25 on the clock, here in this first half, the Tigers have a chance to grab the lead. After being down a long time, 5 to 7 points, Mike Neiman guns it way across to Meyer on the left wing. Back to Neiman on the right wing. He takes it down into the corner, lobs it back up to Darren Whiff. Neiman, right wing. Way across to Meyer on the left wing. Meyer back to Neiman on the right wing. He takes it baseline. Out to Darren Whiff from 16. It's good. And the Tigers lead with 50 seconds left, 21 to 20. As Darren Whiff has his 7th point of this first half. And now Shields looks at the clock. 45 seconds. Jacobson right wing. Morgan in the corner. Back up to Shields on top. And down to Brent Seaton from 17. It's no good. The rebound flies out to John Meyer. Outlet pass Darren Whiff. Here he comes. He drives. And he gets a call of a blocking foul on Tom Shields. Boy, that was close. Darren was just going for the foul. He didn't have a chance in the world of making that layup. It was just a matter of charging or blocking, and that time the foul goes on Tom Shields, and that's his 3rd. So each team now has a starter in foul trouble with 3. Brent Holmes been on the bench since the first quarter with 3. And from the free throw line, Darren Whiff, 3 of 4. Now he's 4 of 5. Earns his 8th point of this first half. Puts the Tigers up by 2, and now by 3. He's 5 of 6 from the line. 25 seconds. Alan Gennari racing back up court for the Kernels. Down by 3. Darren Jacobson, deep corner, Scott Morgan. Darren Jacobson posting up. Alan McEntee. He's in the lane. He scores, but he was in there forever, and no 3-second call by the official. McEntee just stood there, feeding Mike Neiman from the three-point. Will be back in the lineup for the Tigers, carrying 3 personal fouls. And Tom Shields, carrying 3 for the Kernels, is also out there. And the Tigers play the ball in. They go to Hone on the baseline. He dumps it back out to Darren Whiff. Back to Hone. His fadeaway turnaround is good. So Brett Hone gets his first bucket of the night and puts the Tigers up by 3, 25-22. On the left wing for the Kernels, Jacobson takes it to the baseline. The shot from 18, in and out, no good. Rebound, jump ball as both Jay Merkel and Alan McEntee grab it, and it's Tigers' turn. So they'll keep the ball at this end of the court. No, they say it's Kernels' turn. Okay. And they give it to Darren Jacobson. Inbounds, he plays to McEntee, and right back to Jacobson in the corner. Out to Shields, top of the circle. Alan Gennari lost it, and saved by Brent Hone. The outlet pass, however, is stolen by Darren Jacobson, and he's fouled by Darren Whiff for the Tigers. That's Darren's first personal. Turnover, foul. Bang, bang, bang. So the Kernels have the basketball. They trail by 3, and Shields walks it up court. Gennari, left wing. Morgan gives it around to Shields on the right wing. Up on top to Gennari. Shields, Gennari, right wing. And he throws it up on top, and Jacobson just saves it. And going past the 10-second stripe, off to Tom Shields. Back to Jacobson, left wing. Way up on top to Shields. Down deep corner to Morgan. To Shields on the right wing. Back off to Jacobson, deep corner to Gennari. Dumps it back out to Jacobson. He tries to come underneath, and it's picked off cleanly by Jay Merkel for the Tigers. Here's Darren Whiff. Off to Meyer on the right wing. Whiff up on top of the circle. Back to Meyer on the right wing. They lob it to Hone. His 10-foot hook. Good! Brent Hone gets 2 quick buckets to put the Tigers up by 5. 27-22. 6 minutes to play third quarter. Jacobson. Gennari around to Shields on the right wing. And they almost throw it away. Saved by Gennari. Way back up to Shields. And in the middle to Morgan, who forces his way to the basket. And it won't go down. Rebound, Neiman. Outlet pass. Jay Merkel takes it down out of the corner and stops. To Meyer from 17. Missed everything, but it's going to be off the fingers of Gennari and out of bounds. No, they say it went off a Tiger. Whoa. Boy, Gennari had both hands on the ball, lost it out of bounds. They're going to give it to the Kernels. So the Kernels lead by 5. Here's Gennari, left wing. Around to Shields. Deep in the corner to Jacobson. Guns it around to Gennari. He's in the lane. The 10-footer is good. Alan Gennari has his 6th point. And the first point of the second half for the Kernels, who went almost 3 minutes without scoring. 27-24 Tigers. Hone, deep corner pass, Neiman. Mike brings it out into the side of the lane, slides inside, it wouldn't go down, and Morgan rebounds. The outlet pass comes to Shields. And down to Gennari in the corner. Shields, and back to Morgan. He's got a free throw. 15-footer's good. Scott Morgan hits his 6th point, and suddenly it's a one-pointer. 27-26 Tigers. 4:40 to play, third quarter. Darren Whiff walks it up court. To Brent Hone, side of the free throw circle. Meyer in the corner. They got Neiman. Back out to Meyer. His baseline 12-footer. High off the rim. No good. Rebound. Jacobson for the Kernels. To Gennari. He drives underneath, and he's got a charging foul as he flattened Jay Merkel. For Gennari, his first personal. And the first team foul for the Kernels in this half. Each team now has one. Coming down to the halfway point of the third quarter, the Tigers have a 1-point lead, 27-26. Darren Whiff dumps it to Meyer on the right wing. And in the middle to Brent Hone, who drives. Oh, that one wouldn't go down. The rebound off the fingers of Morgan and out of bounds. Brent Hone got inside, put too much on it. Off the glass it went. So Mike Neiman plays it in, lobbing it way back up on top. And right back in the corner to Neiman. His shot is no good. And the rebound is off the fingers of Morgan and out of bounds. So Mike Neiman will play it in from underneath his own basket. Lobs it in the corner to Brent Hone. Way up on top to Darren Whiff. Back in the corner to Mike Neiman. Neiman on the right wing. Off to Darren Whiff from the top of the circle. No good. Comes right back to John Meyer from 10. Good. 8 points for John Meyer. 29-26. Tigers lead is 3. 3.5 minutes to play third quarter. Shields, Gennari deep corner. Back to Shields. Off to Jacobson. Jacobson dumping it underneath. McEntee in heavy trouble. The ball is batted around, and it's finally out of bounds off the foot of Mike Neiman, I think. So the Kernels will control it at half court. Jacobson brings it across the top of the circle to Morgan underneath, and his shot is good. Scott Morgan has his 8th point. And it's again a 1-point ball game, 29-28 Tigers. Darren Whiff, stop and go dribble into forecourt. Dumps it down to Mike Neiman. Neiman to Brent Hone. They feed Jay Merkel. His little hook shot, no good. Rebound Morgan, and here he comes trying to get the fast break going. Can't find anybody. Has to go back to have him to Shields. And Shields slows it down. 2.5 minutes to play. The Tigers lead by 1. Morgan deep corner. Shields trying to penetrate. Oh, he lost track of the dribble. Picked it up after everybody thought he was going to lose the ball, and he was wide open to the basket. So Shields has 5 points, and the Kernels lead by 1, 30-29. those little things. Looks sure like Shields had lost the ball, but he scrambled, and then he found himself alone underneath. There's Jay Merkel shooting from outside. The shot is no good. The ball is loose. It's saved by Merkel. He takes it down in the deep corner to Mike Neiman. The lob underneath, and it's stolen by by Scott Morgan, and fouled Jay Merkel. Merkel has his first, and the Tigers' second team foul. Merkel comes out, and Byron Calise in for the Tigers. So the Kernels lead by 1 with 1:50 to play, third quarter. Jacobson, deep corner, Guarneri. He takes it down the baseline. Ball is knocked loose and right into the hands of Alan McEntee, who's open underneath. Another weird loose ball affair. That's 4 points the Tigers have given up on those weird loose ball affairs in the last minute to put the Kernels up 32-29, and the Tigers.
If you've met someone by accident, you need the professional services of Lather Southgate Body Shop. They offer complete collision work for all types of cars, trucks, and vans. Their work is their best reference. Lather Southgate Body Shop, 1953 Dakota South, Huron.
The Tigers down by 3, and Darren Whiff travels as he comes up to the top of the circle for the Tigers, so the Kernels get it right back to start this fourth quarter. Pardon me, as we come to the end of this third quarter. Whoa, Shields travel, gets away with it, off to Darren Jacobson. Back to Shields, top of the circle, and wide open underneath is Guarneri. He tries to get further into the lane. The ball is loose. Shields saves it for the Kernels. Here comes Shields down the lane. He lays it up. Front of the rim, no good. A rebound, Mike Neiman for the Tigers. 40 seconds to play. Neiman, top of the circle. Gives it off to Darren Whiff on the right wing. Way across court to John Meyer. Brent Holt on the baseline. His spinner. That one go down, gets his own rebound and scores. Brent Holt has 6, and it's a one-pointer, 32-31. With 20 seconds on the clock. Shields. Top of the circle. Jacobson. Down to Guarneri in the corner. Back up to Jacobson on the wing. Guns it out to Morgan. Morgan gives it back to Jacobson. Way out for Shields. Three-point shot is no good. Rebound Morgan from the baseline. No good at the buzzer. So the third quarter ends with the Mitchell. 32-31 Kernels, and the Tigers have the basketball to start the fourth quarter. Darren Whiff all the way in the lane. No, it wouldn't go down. Rebound is off the fingers of one of the Tigers and out of bounds. So the Kernels will bring it up. And Tom Shields into forecourt to the driving Darren Jacobson. Darren Jacobson was driving not for the shot, but for the jump pass underneath, and he was cut off by Byron Calise and fouled, but that was not a shot. Let's see now. The officials, I think, have realized it. Are they going to give him the shot? They shouldn't, and I don't think they will. No, they're going to give him the shot. It was not a shot. He was trying to go to Morgan underneath and got the pass to Morgan, but they're going to call it a shot. A break for the Kernels as Darren Jacobson steps to the line. Shot is good. Second free throw by Jacobson is off the rim, no good. The rebound loose and saved by John Flack, who traveled, and that's a bad call. He was sliding on one foot and the other foot firmly planted. Two very, very questionable calls in a row by the same official, and the inbounds lob to Scott Morgan, and Mike Neiman fouls him. That's Neiman's second, Tigers' second of this second half. That was a foul, definitely. The Tigers down by 2, but free throw problems here. Morgan's first free throw of the night coming up, and it's no good. Second one is rolling in for Scott. That's his 9th point. 34-31, the Kernels by 3. Darren Whiff on the dribble. In the forecourt, Flack on the right wing. Off to Neiman. His shot from 17 is good. Mike Neiman has his 4th point of the night, and it's a one-pointer again. 34-33 Mitchell. Opening minute of the 4th quarter. Shields, deep corner to Morgan. Right wing, Shields to Jacobson. He gets in the lane. The shot is good, and he's fouled, and that was a foul, definitely. For Darren Jacobson, his 8th point, and for Mike Neiman, his 3rd foul. Darren Whiff will get a rest as Flack comes into the lineup. At the line, trying to complete the 3-point play is Darren Jacobson, and he does. He's now 3 of 4 from the line. So the Kernels go up by 4, 37-33 with 7 minutes to play. Neiman on the top of the circle. Makes a move, and he is fouled by Darren Jacobson. I think Darren hurt himself. Darren went up in the air thinking Mike Neiman was shooting out there and came down on Mike, and he's treating a right leg rather gingerly. That for Jacobson is his 2nd personal foul. Tigers play the ball in. Hone on the right wing. Feeds Byron Cleese, and Byron will walk. No, he was fouled. He walked with it, but he was also fouled by Alan McEntee. That's his 2nd. So inbounds, Neiman lobs it out to Hone. Back to Byron Cleese on the right wing. Neiman, 3-point shot, good! Mike Neiman hits from the deep corner. The first 3-pointer of the night for the Tigers, and it's a 1-point ball game. 37-36, and the Tigers bat the ball out of bounds. Myers slaps it up in the crowd. The Kernels play it in from side court. Darren Jacobson gives it to Shields, right back to Jacobson. Deep corner to Gennari, back to Jacobson. The feed in the middle is slapped loose, but saved by Scott Morgan. He gets the shot going, no good, gets his rebound and scores. 11 points for Scott Morgan. Puts the Kernels back up by 3, 39-36. Neiman at the free throw line. Goes to Meyer down on the baseline. Feeding to Cleese for the little hook. No good. Rebound, Flax. Foul on Morgan. And the whistle stops play as the Mitchell Kernels want a timeout. Leading 39-36 with 5:53 to play.
If you find cooking a chore, the floor plan in your kitchen could be assessed. Wiedemann Construction can assist you in proper planning of a traffic pattern for your kitchen. Operate more efficiently in a new kitchen from Wiedemann Construction, just south of the Huron Mall.
The Tigers play the ball in, and Byron Cleese gets into the lane. The 10-foot turnaround is good, his 4th point. And it's a 1-pointer, 39-38 Kernels. They come right back with Darren Jacobson's little jumper from the side of the lane. It's good. He now has 11 points. Back to a 3-point Kernel margin, 41-38. Here's Meyer from 17, good. John Meyer has 10. And again, it's a 1-pointer, 41-40 Mitchell. 5 minutes coming up on the clock in this ball game. Shields Jacobson. Gennari on the baseline. Good from 15. Alan Gennari now has 8, and it's back to a 3-point Kernel lead. Neiman top of the circle. Meyer on the left wing. Way across to Hone. Brent feeds to Flack. His baseline shot is no good, but he's fouled by Gennari. That for Allen is his second personal. 4th team foul for the Kernels. Fifth team foul, I'm sorry, for the Kernels. So Flack will go to the line, and he's 4 for 4. He'll shoot a pair here. 1-1 now for both clubs from this point forward. Shot by Flack is good. He's 5 of 5. Second one is right in there. 6 out of 6 for John Flack. And Darren Whiff will come in to replace John Flack in the Tiger lineup. So both clubs are going back to the two-guard offense now. Here's Gennari in the corner for the Kernels. Round to Shield on the right wing. Shield, deep corner to Morgan. His 16-footer is off the rim, no good. Rebound in the deep corner by Jacobson. Jacobson brings it back up on top to Shield. Shield to Jacobson. He gets in the lane, then dumps it on the baseline to Gennari. His shot again is good. Alan Gennari from the same spot has his 10th point, and it's a 3-point Mitchell Kernel lead. 45-42, 4 minutes to go in this ball game. Neiman takes a deep corner and then drops it down to Calise. Back to Neiman in the deep corner. Up on top to Brent Hone, goes to the basket, scores. Brent Hone has 8, and it's a 1-pointer. 45-44 Kernels. 3:45 to play. Jacobson dumping it in the middle, then way back up to Morgan. Back to Jacobson, and it's slapped loose. Saved by Shields. He falls down, but a foul on Brent Hone. And let's see, is that 5 on Brent Hone? Five fouls on Brent Hone. He's out of there. He scored 8 points in this second half. And it'll be 1-1 time for Tom Shields. John Flack comes into the Tiger lineup to replace Brent Hone. And Shields at the line. It'll be his first free throw of the night coming up. He has 5 points. First one is short, and the rebound Flack for the Tigers. 45-44, 1-pointer. Byron Calise into forecourt. Ball is stolen by Shields. Off to Jacobson, trying to get the fast break on, and he can't. He gives it back out to Morgan, and Morgan to Shields, and he'll set it up. So the Tigers with a chance to grab the lead, lose it up on the perimeter. Here's Jacobson to Shields. Shields way out on the right wing. Deep corner to Morgan. Morgan comes down the baseline, shovels it across. Neiman taps it loose, foot race. And Shields gets there, and John Meyer gets the foul. So Shields will go to the line for the Kernels. It's right in there. Shields' second shot is off the rim, no good. Rebound Neiman for the Tigers. Kernels lead by 2, 46-44 with 2:50 to play. And here's Neiman. Off to Meyer. Takes the baseline. The jumping 15-footer is no good. Flack right there for the easy tip in. John Flack has 8. And it's all tied at 46 apiece. 2:35 to play, and the Kernels want timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Community First State Bank of Huron support. They play the ball into Darren Jacobson, back to Shields. They try to get out in the corner, and Mike Neiman kicks it out of bounds. Shields way up on top to Jacobson. Jacobson back to Shields on the left wing. Gennari deep corner. Shields penetrates, gets a 15-footer going. It's no good. Rebound Jacobson on the baseline. Out to Shields. Shields deep down in the corner. Gennari. Gennari back out to Shields. Takes it up on top of the circle and off to Jacobson. Jacobson. Shields across the top of the circle. The lob underneath to Morgan. He slaps it back to Gennari from the baseline. Good. Alan Gennari, that's the third shot he's hit in this fourth quarter from that baseline spot. And it puts the Kernels up 48-46 with 1:35 to play. Neiman on the left wing. Around to Meyer, deep corner. Meyer guns it around to Neiman. He's open for the three-pointer. It is good. Neiman has his second three-pointer, and the Tigers lead 49-48. 1:20 to play. Here's Jacobson, deep corner, Gennari. They post up Morgan, and Calise fouls him. So, Scott Morgan will go to the line for Byron Calise. That was his second personal foul. Both teams are in the 1-and-1. Morgan from the line is 1 for 2. Chance to put the Kernels back ahead. The first shot is good. Morgan's bonus shot is right in there. Scott Morgan hits a pair. He has 13 points, and the Kernels are back up on top, 50-49. 1:10 to play. Here's Neiman on the right wing. Takes it down into the corner. Gives it back up to Darren Whiff, top of the circle. Into Byron Calise. Shovels it out to John Meyer, and Tom Shields is on his arm. So John Meyer will be going to the free throw line as Tom Shields picks up his fourth personal foul. This will be John Meyer's first free throw of the night coming up. He has 10 points. Shot is no good. Rebound Jacobson for the Kernels. Kernels lead by 1 with 55 seconds to play. Here's Tom Shields. Going to play a little catch. Take some time off. Shields and Jacobson. Play and catch. Shields. Off to Jacobson. Gives it to Gennari. Gennari, fouled by Darren Whiff. That's Darren's second. And they'll put Alan Gennari on the line. This is his first free throw coming up. But the Tigers will take a timeout. 50-49 Mitchell, 36.
Consult the catalog, pick the paper, and design or create your own. It's easy with Reminder Printing and Office Supply, downtown Huron.
Alan Gennari at the line, his first free throw of the night. He fires it, rolling out of there. Byron Calise rebounds for the Tigers. Off to Darren Whiff. 30 seconds. The Tigers are down by 1. Darren Whiff up on top of the circle. Gives it to Mike Neiman. Neiman takes it right wing and then calls timeout with 19 seconds on the clock. The Tigers down by 1. Back in a minute.
Huron Trader. Caller stop at Casperson Oil Company. Highway 14 West in Huron.
When you make your next insurance premium payment, you could be paying for overcoverage. Jim Long and Associates offers state automobile and casualty underwriters insurance of Des Moines, Iowa. Originators of the Think Highway sign. Jim Long and Associates. You can't go wrong with Long.
Whether you're shopping for the rugged outdoor type or the suave, sophisticated man, Osborne's Fine Menswear is the store to shop. They carry everything from flannel shirts to wool suits. That's Osborne's Fine Menswear downtown and in the Huron Mall.
Inbounds, Mike Neiman from the baseline. Good. Mike Neiman puts the Tigers out in front, 51-50. The Kernels get up across the 10-second stripe. 5 seconds on the clock. They call timeout. Mike Neiman's Tigers and the Kernels. Tom Shields will play it in from side court with 5 seconds on the clock. Shields, the big lob. He hit the basket. He hit the basket on the lob. Rebound for Darren Whiff. Tom Shields was going for the high lob to Scott Morgan, and he hit the basket with it, and Darren Whiff has the rebound, and a foul has been called underneath on Scott Morgan, I think. Let's see. Yes, it was Scott Morgan who, going after that ball on the rebound, as the ball was supposed to be a little bit up over the basket, but it hit it dead center. It almost went in. Darren Whiff is at the line. The shot is good. So with 1 second on the clock, Darren Whiff has the bonus shot coming up. He's 6 of 7, and now he rolled out of there. Morgan rebounds it, fires at full court, but no good. And the Huron Tigers have upset the Mitchel Kernels here at the Huron Arena.